In an age when the world was wild and untamed, when every sunrise brought both beauty and danger, life was a fragile miracle. Here, in this ancient valley, a small tribe survived between the jaws of nature and the mercy of the sky. They hunted, built, shared, and above all, they protected the creatures that lived beside them. Among the tribe, she was not just an animal. She was life itself, gentle, giving, and pure, a creature of peaceable and ruled by predators. She grazed peacefully by the river, her large eyes reflecting the morning light, calm and trusting. A young boy watched over her, knowing this cow was his tribe's treasure, their milk, their warmth, their hope. And from the dark heart of the forest, hunger began its slow, silent crawl. A massive prehistoric python, nearly 20 feet long, lifted its head. Its tongue flickered, tasting the scent of the cow. The beast hadn't eaten in days. This serpent had ruled these woods for generations. Its strength was legend. Its strike, death itself. The python moved like a ghost, silent, deliberate. It slithered closer through the tall ferns. The cow lifted her head, uneasy. A crow called out sharply, a desperate warning. But it was too late. With a flash of motion, the python lunged forward, wrapping its enormous body around her legs. The cow bellowed in terror, thrashing, but the serpent's coils tightened like iron. In the blink of an eye, peace shattered. Nature revealed its cruel side, raw, merciless, unstoppable. The cow struggled, her hooves clawing at the earth, but the coils only grew tighter. The young boy screamed, dropping his bowl and sprinting toward the village. Help! The serpent! The serpent! He shouted. Men and women looked up from their fires. Warriors grabbed their spears, ropes, and wooden clubs. Their leader, a broad-shouldered man with scars across his chest, signaled them to follow. Fear spread like wildfire. But in this tribe, courage burned brighter. The rescue team, 7 brave hunters, raced through the forest, feet pounding the earth. As they reached the clearing, they saw the horror, the cow half submerged in coils, eyes wide with panic, her breath fading. There it was, life and death locked together, a creature of innocence crushed beneath the weight of hunger, and before them, a choice, to flee or to fight. The warriors spread out, their leader shouting commands. One hunter threw a thick rope, aiming for the serpent's head to distract it. Another jabbed with a long, fire-hardened spear, trying to force a gap in the coils. The python hissed, enraged, its head snapping back, but its grip on the cow held firm. The boy watched from a safe distance, his hands clenched, tears streaming down his face. The cow was his friend. He couldn't just stand by. Remembering a lesson from his grandfather, the boy gathered a handful of the sharpest, most irritating leaves he could find. He crept closer, his small frame hidden by the chaos. The python was focused on the warriors. As the beast turned to strike, the boy saw his chance. He lunged forward and shoved the stinging leaves directly into the serpent's eyes. The python recoiled in agony, a shriek-like hiss erupting from its throat. Its coils loosened for just a second, but it was enough. The tribe's leader seized the moment. Now. Pull! He roared. The warriors heaved on the ropes with all their might. With the python blinded and disoriented, they managed to peel away the thick coils. The cow, bruised but alive, scrambled to her feet and stumbled away from the thrashing serpent. The hunters retreated, their mission complete. They hadn't killed the beast, but they had saved one of their own. That evening, as the tribe gathered around the fire, the cow rested near the flames, her soft breaths a rhythm of survival. The young boy sat beside her, gently stroking her fur. He was no longer just a boy. He was a hero. His quick thinking had turned the tide. He had learned that day that true strength wasn't just in spears and muscles, but in love, wit, and the courage to act when all seems lost. In a world defined by the struggle for survival, they had proven that community was the greatest weapon of all. They protected their own, not with brute force, but with a bond that was stronger than any predator. As the stars filled the night sky, a quiet understanding settled over the valley. Life was a gift, and it was a gift worth fighting for. Every movement was a risk, every breath a gamble between life and death, yet not one of them stepped back. This was no mere hunt. This was a war of endurance, of muscle, mind, and mercy. And in that moment, man, fragile, fearful man, became the storm. the python's power began to fade. Its grip weakened, one final pull and the cow collapsed to the ground, gasping for air. The hunters dragged the serpent back, holding it down. Even in battle, compassion found a place, for in the eyes of the brave, every life, no matter how wild, deserves mercy. Against the odds, life had triumphed again, not through power alone but through unity, courage and heart in this vast and ancient world. Danger is never far. But neither is kindness, because even when shadows move and serpents strike, the light of courage always finds a way to shine through. Some say courage is born from strength. But here, in the heart of the ancient earth, courage was born from love, the love of a tribe for their own, the love of a boy for his gentle cow, and the love of life fragile, fleeting, and forever worth fighting for.